We are also extremely happy that Hungama is our online partner, represented here today by Ronak Roy, who along with her partner Neeraj, runs Hungama. This DVD is also available on Amazon and Flipkart, but it is important to underline that it has been produced and released independently by Kabir's company, Bedi Media, which is run by Praveen Desanj.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. This is a very special moment for me, because Sandokan is a series that gave me so much. It opened the doors of the West for me. It showed me the kind of success that actors dream about and that I was able to achieve in Europe and many other countries across the world where Sandokan was shown. Sandokan changed my life completely. It gave me the means to go on to Hollywood. It opened so many doors for me. Above all, it created an effect on the audience, especially across Europe, that remains unforgettable in my mind. It is a legacy project, this. I wanted India very much to see Sandokan, and in Hindi, so that the largest number of people can possibly see it. And because Sandokan's success led to my career of over 25 years abroad, I wasn't here long enough to do this earlier, but now that I've returned to India, based myself here, I thought to myself, this is the time I must do this and do it properly. And so we spent a lot of time and effort and energy in getting this right. It fills me with great pride for myself and all those who helped me that Sandokan DVD in Hindi, the collector's edition, is being launched today. And I want to thank you all for being here and sharing this moment with me. There are many people I have to thank. I want to thank Anil Kapoor. And whenever I've returned to Bollywood, for short periods or long, they've always given me work. And even now I'm doing 2 wonderful Bollywood films, which you will no doubt be hearing about. But they are special because they show my continuing relationship with Bollywood and my continuing relationship with India. Sandokan is a very special project for me because Sandokan for me has been the gift that keeps on giving. And now, even after all this time, I hope the gift of Sandokan to India will be loved and appreciated, and people will get a chance to see what made me so popular abroad. Thank everyone, and if I've forgotten to thank anyone, please forgive me. But it's a very emotional moment for me, because Sandokan has defined my life in so many ways. And this release of the DVD in Hindi is yet one milestone on the journey of Sandokan. Thank you very much.
As a tribute to the series, we present the creation of the Hindi Sandokan theme song, created specially for Indian audiences, with our digital music partners Hungama and their artist-allowed music composers, Abhishek and Akash of Dope Studios, lyricist Syed Gulrez, and singer Siddharth Bazror. Now let's take a look at the team that created it and play the song. And to talk about Artist Aloud, please welcome onto the stage Somini Sridhar Paul from Hungama.
Privilege, not just to be on the same stage with Mr. Kiran Bedi, but Mr. Anil Kapoor as well. Praveen and Kabir, sir, I'd really like to thank you for giving Hungama this opportunity. I think when we met the first time and we heard about this, yes, we hadn't heard about Sandokan either, but when you presented it and when we saw everything, I think we felt absolutely.
Producer of numerous Bollywood movies, as well as changing the face of Indian television with international gems like 24. Ladies and gentlemen, to say a few words, I call upon one of India's most illustrious actors, nationally and internationally, Mr. Anil Kapoor.
Thank you so much. It's a privilege, it's an honor. Thank you, Kabir, for giving me this honor. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I don't know if I deserve to be here to launch such an historical and such a something which you have done is unforgettable. I was watching it on, the pieces put together by your team, and after 40 years also, they look and sound relevant, watchable, exciting, and as I said, Sandokan, as you said, is life-changing, and it has its own destiny. And so today, I was in Delhi, and I reached the airport. And for the first time in my entire career, I was late. I was late because I was in a meeting and it just went on. I just didn't realize, and there was traffic, and I reached there. And I reached at the airport, ladies and gentlemen, and they said, "Why are you, I said, "The flight has taken off and you can't go." I didn't want to listen. I said, "No, I'm going. I have to go." Then I crossed the security, and I ran. And I can still run very fast, by the way. And I ran and I ran. And then I saw a buggy. Then I sat in the buggy, and the buggy was moving very slowly. It actually meant I felt that it's moving in slow motion. And then I reached the gates, and the gates are closed. And I've committed and I've promised Kabir that I'm going to be there at 1:30. And he says, "No, we can't open the doors." And I said, "No, you have to. You have to do something." So I said, it was Jet Airways, so I knew a few friends over there. So I was trying to call up. I was trying to convince them that the girl who was following me from the airport came running. "Sir, we cannot open the doors. We just cannot open the doors." I said, "No, you have to open the doors. There's no way about it." And I said, "Sir, we'll lose our jobs." I said, "Forget your job. I'll see to it. I'll speak to the boss of Jet Airways and give you raise, and I'll promote you. But let me go. Let me go. I promised Kabir I have to be there." I said, "You can't." I said, then I told Jalal, I said, "You call up Naresh Goyal, just call up." It's first time in my life. I never throw names that I'm friendly to people and all. I said, "But this is special. This is special. I have to be there. I've committed to Kabir." I said, "No, we cannot." I said, Jalal said, "I can't get, he's not picking up the phone." I said, "Call up his daughter." I said, "Namrata's not picking up the phone." And then, she picked up the phone, and then I said, we're trying, and I begged, and then almost I pleaded. And then they spoke to the pilot. And the pilot turned out to be, a friend of my manager, and who knew me and admired my, liked few of my films. So he knew that something was wrong, so he was also delaying everything. And and he says, "Give me 2 minutes, sir. We are doing it, sir." And they decided to open the doors. They opened the doors. They never do this. They never do. So that's the destiny of Sandokan. So even after 40 years, you see, I feel these things are not planned. I believe in it. You keep on working hard. You work sincerely. You are committed to your job. You do it with integrity, but ultimately it's Almighty God. And And they said the doors open. They opened the door. I started running again. I said, no, yeah, no, no, I'm going to take off. I'm going to be in the plane. Then I started, I said, let me become Anil Kapoor. Then I walked and I behaved as if nothing has happened. And then the pilot called my manager Jalal inside, in the cockpit, and he says, don't worry. I said, we're going to make up and we're going to be on time. And they made up almost 10 minutes in air, and we landed exactly at 12:30. And I called up Kabir Da. I said, Kabir, I said, we'll be there exactly at the time we have committed. I said, no, you can come. I said, you can come by 1:45. I said, great, so we are before time. So I was before time. That's Sandokan for you. So coming to Kabir Da, my memories of him as a youngster, as a teenager was, we just looked up to him. We looked up to his personality, his voice. And when I saw Kabir Da first time on screen, I think it was Kacche Dhage, that's one of the first films. But there were earlier films also. But that's the first time I really felt, because, and I was taken aback. I said, and whenever I saw whatever the picture, I said, this gentleman, this actor, this face, this personality has to be international. He has to be global. It cannot be only in India. And it happened. Because he looked international from the time we saw the pictures. And of course, I'd heard so much about his plays and what a great actor he was on stage, and his Tughlaq, and besides Sandokan, these are the historic things which he has done on theatre and theatre. And so, and it happened. Suddenly I read in the papers that Kabir Da is gone, and I don't think so anybody was really surprised. Really, I remember in the film industry or in the showbiz, they felt, yes, this had to happen, because that's the kind of presence and personality and his voice, and I said again, I said, fortunately or unfortunately, they don't make men like Kabir Bedi anymore. If you look around for so many years, have you ever seen this kind of a personality, this kind of good looks, this kind of voice? No. It's otherwise you can place him anywhere in the world, in any film, any format, and he'll still stand out. That's what a star is, and that's what persona is. And we are blessed to have him here in India, and as an Indian, and we're very proud of him, and I'm very proud of him for all his achievements. And he has inspired many actors like me. That thank you, Kabir Da, for inviting me, and so that's the story, and that's Sandokan, and I'm here today, and I'll always be there for you, and I'm sure you'll always be there for me, because Kabir and I feel, for me, a human being is more important, being a good human being, a gentleman. Not his achievements or success. Okay, success, achievements are important. But success is 360 degrees. It's how you maintain yourself. What's your health? How you look. What's your bank balance where health is concerned? And he's an epitome of that, Kabir Da. And so, as a human being, the way you have looked after yourself, and I still feel there's much more in you which you can offer to the world. Thank you, Kabir Da. Thank you so much.
This 24 is on a, it's I always tell a lot of actors, because when, I'm sure he's aware of how television works, but somewhere there is a wrong impression people have that there is a lot of money, and so when they come